All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Quadash, double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. Also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men prophet service scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere, and your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be building off of this video I have here. And ultimately, everything that we see ultimately occurring here in this place, America, because it's ultimately divided on all sides, you see, which we know as the scriptures have said about a kingdom that's divided, right? I'm actually go to that precept real quick through the spirit. This is St. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25, right? And I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom, right, divided by civil war is doomed, right? A town or a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. You see, verse 26, and if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. His own kingdom will not survive, you see. And that's talking about this place, America, man, you see, because this place is divided on all sides. You got the National Guards that are being deployed to a lot of these different cities and states throughout America. And we know that ultimately all of these things is ultimately going to lead up to this place's demise. And ultimately the coming civil war and civil unrest that's going to be taking place in these streets of Babylon very soon, man. You see, so we're going to get into this video, right, that I have, and we're going to allow it to play. And I'm going to grab a few precepts and Abaratazai be edifying to you brothers and sisters that come across it. But this just shows you the state of mind that a lot of these Americans, these Babylonians are in, man. You see, and ultimately we know that, as they say in the world, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it, man. And when you see all of these people and how they're ultimately conducting and behaving, you can tell that these people are at their breaking point, man. And these things will come, right? Because as it says right here, I'm actually grab this precept as well. This is St. Luke chapter 12, verse 51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. And that's what we see happening in this place, America, man. You see, the Lord is allowing a separation to happen in this country, man, amongst these people, against the government, all type of things, which is ultimately going to lead to prophecy coming to pass, which is going to lead to, you know, these race wars, these class wars, these civil wars, and all of these different things that is going to transpire in this country soon come, right? Because we know, as it tells in the scriptures, that nation shall rise against nation, man. And that's going to be happening in these streets of America, man. Right. And Donald Trump, with everything that he's doing, he's ultimately going to be the one to set the stage for these events to take place, man. Right. Because like I said, these people are already bugged out of their mind and just, you see, looking for any excuse to do some things that they already have planned in their minds to do, because we're in that time of season, man. Right. But I'm going to grab this. This is Isaiah 19, verse 4, KJV. And the Egyptians, right, talking about you Americans, you people here in Babylon, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, man. And that cruel Lord is none other than Donald Trump, which is Nero coming back in the reincarnation. And everything that he's putting in place and that he's doing in this economy is ultimately going to lead these people to just, you know, bugging out, man, and taking matters into their own hands, right? And we see that ultimately already brewing up, man. Because things are only going to get worse from here on out. You see, it's not going to get better for this place, America. And this devil is going to show his horns more and more, which is ultimately going to get at the minds of the people and allow them to react. But you see, all of these things that are happening is all going according to prophecy. You see, it's all the will of the Lord at the end of the day. So these things will take place. Fair use on the 1976 Copyright Act. Not getting paid for this video. Fair use.
Obligated to follow unlawful orders. If you're not against fascism, you're supporting it.
Say to the National Guard soldiers?
I've been in your boots. I went to Iraq. I went to Afghanistan. I served. I took the same oath that you all did.
I am far more fired up now than any of my 5 previous deployments. And I've been around the world. Cuba, 95, Bosnia, 96, Kosovo, 99, Iraq, 08, Afghanistan, 2013.
I'm a retired disabled combat veteran, served a little over 20 years in the U.S. Army.
As a veteran myself, it really struck a chord in me. I was already antsy about what's happening with the Donald Trump regime.
The illegal occupation of United States territory by the U.S. military is just that. It's illegal. The president had no right to do that. We're not under a state of emergency where our sovereignty is in danger. Okay, he's pushing a false narrative.
This is an intimidation tactic by a man who does not respect the Constitution that we fought for. And that's why, as a veteran, I believe that we are oath bound to fight. fight. Our democracy's in danger. Our entire way of life's in danger. The American experiment, good, bad, and ugly, is in danger right now.
This is a clear escalation of the intimidation that this administration is trying to do against the American people.
Right, and you hear what it is these guys are saying just from the little bit of the video I allowed to play. And like I said, that's how a lot of these Babylonians are feeling, man, that they're feeling like Trump has let them down and all type of other different things. But like I said, that's the Lord that's putting the spirit in these people to be in the behavior and in the mindset that they're in, because it's ultimately going to lead to chaos, man. Right, so I'm gonna grab this precept right here. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2 in the KJV. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, talking about you Americans, and they shall fight, right? Everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And that's ultimately what all of this stuff we see happening is going to lead to. It's going to lead to these people here in America taking matters into their own hands and ultimately fighting against the government and against each other, man. That's what's coming to America, right? And I'm actually go to a precept just, touching on that because, hey, this is the scripture that is about to come to pass, man. That's why we constantly bring these same precepts out, man, because we need to ingrain it into the minds of you Israelites of what's about to happen, man, right? Because these times are fastly approaching, right? So I'm going to actually go to I'm going to go to 2nd Esdras chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 29, but the point is at 31. It says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, right? Verse 30. And it says, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, right? Verse 31. It said, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. You see, these are the things that the Lord is getting ready to bring here to the shores of Babylon, the great America, man. You see, and nothing is ultimately going to stop these things from coming to pass, you see, because it all goes according to prophecy, man. So the condition that this place America is ultimately in is all being orchestrated by the Lord for ultimately these things to come to pass, you see. So I'm actually go to another precept, right? Because we know that the Lord is the one that's bringing these things. You see, the Lord is not bringing, peace to this earth. What a lot of people may believe in their minds. You see, the Lord is bringing judgment, man. And that's the time and season we're in. And that's why all of these different evils are about to start manifesting, right? This is St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34, right? Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, man, right? Representing destruction, chaos, division, you see, turmoil, anarchy, mayhem. You see, these are the things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to bring to Babylon the Great, man, right? And like I said, we see everything catapulting in that direction through everything that Nero Trump is doing, right? So we know that we're in that time and season. Right? Things can pop off at any given moment, man. You see, it can be today, it can be tomorrow. You see, whenever this devil ultimately deploys these military troops that he has, because we know that he said that he's going to deploy them to various other states, not just Chicago, man. You see, he got them in D.C. now, but soon to come, he already put in an order, I believe, where they're going to get issued out to 19 other states in America. And we know ultimately they're going to deploy them in all 50 states because that's all part of these devil's agenda. They're finna lock this place America down, man. And that's what a lot of these people don't quite understand, that America is really about to be like a third world country very soon, man. You see, that's the plans of these elites, right? So bear with me. I'm going to actually, go to this article, just touching a little bit on that. Because like I said, these things are coming, man, So bear with me. Grab this article real quick just to go on context of what we're talking about. All right. All right. This is a good one right here. I'm going to grab this one. Right. But as you brothers and sisters can see, it says Trump declares I have the right to do anything I want because I'm the president, man. You see, so like I said, he's that cruel Lord. He's in the spirit of doing whatever it is he wants, man. And like I said, these diehard Babylonians, they can see that this man is not abiding the so-called Constitution and that he's doing whatever he wants. And like I said, that's going to make these people bug out, man. Right? Because these people believe in rights and freedom of speech and all of this other different madness, which really doesn't matter, you see, especially for you Jakes out there, because you don't have rights. But like I said, these are the things that are about to come. A lot of these people are about to, start doing what they want. Right. So bear with me. I'm trying to grab this article, the exact one that I was looking for. Right. Oh, here it is. The water of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Right. But like I said, he's not only sending the so-called military or the National Guard to just Chicago and DC, man. He has an order right here, as you can see, for them to go out to multiple different states, man. And like I said, this is just going to create more division, going to create more intensity. You see, it's going to push the people's back against the wall more and more to ultimately they react, man. Now, like I said, these devils, they want you Babylonians to react. They want you to, lose your cool and behave carnally, man, because, hey, that's going to give them the justification to come in more harder, you see, which is going to happen. So it says documents obtained by Fox News show planning for activations in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and Wyoming. With status effective from August through mid-November, Texas is projected to host the most significant guard presence, right? Because Texas ultimately is a bigger state than most of these places, so it's going to have more National Guards there. But it said the National Guard soldiers being mobilized will effectively serve as a support pillar to a sweeping federal interagency effort while also serving as a visible deterrent force. A U.S. defense official said the service members supporting ICE will perform their case, right? So like I said before, man, everything that this devil Trump is doing, man, is going to eventually lead these Americans to their breaking point, man, of them just ultimately doing whatever it is that comes to their mind. Right. And we know what it says in Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, that the love of many shall wax cold, man, which that word cold in the Greek meaning psychos or crazy. So like I said, when these Americans feel in their minds that they have nothing to lose, then, hey, like I said, people are going to just be doing all type of things, man. And that's why we're getting ready to come into a time like no other, as the scriptures have said. Right. So I'm going to get back into this video. Right. And we're going to actually finish watching it. And I'm going to grab a few more precepts.
The mission of the military is never to police its own citizens. That's never been the core function of the military in any way, shape, or form. It was something that the founding fathers were scared against. That's why they didn't have a standing army and a standing Marine Corps and Navy in the early days of the Republic, because they were scared of somebody taking control of it and using it against the citizens. That being said, we have a standing military now, and all this is doing by putting them in the streets, antagonizing citizens and whatnot, is just degrading the trust of the people in their military.
The intimidation factor is what really angers me the most. You should look at your military as they are here to protect me, not they are here to police me.
I really encourage any soldier who ever believed in that Constitution, ever believed in that oath, took that oath seriously, join us.
Remember your oath. The oath that we took when we all put these uniforms on was, I swear to support and defend the Constitution. And it is, in my opinion, an absolute violation of that oath to come out here and point and carry your weapons on American streets, to put your mine-resistant vehicles on American streets. It is absolutely, in my opinion, undermining the public confidence of the military. People are going to have trouble trusting the military when the military is policing the people. That's why the Posse Comitatus Act prohibits the military from doing law enforcement activity.
I understand that if you're being told to go here, that means your colonels have signed off on it, your sergeant majors have signed off on it. But remember, my lie, they signed off a lot of that shit too. And I was following orders. It's not a fucking defense. If somebody's going to swing when crimes are happening, you know in your heart right from wrong. And you know what right looks like. You know what these people out here, you see them out here. There are no legitimate targets out here. Right? The military, especially the Army, is designed to engage and destroy our enemies in close combat. There are no fucking enemies out here to destroy in close combat. We're not even at war with anyone right now. So if you're going to be here, remember your oath.
You had your right hand raised to support and defend the Constitution. And I want you to know that you have rights. You are not obligated to follow unlawful orders. And there is the GI Rights Hotline, which is 1-877-4...
Right, and we basically got a gist of what it is that they're saying. And like I said, all of this stuff is going to eventually lead to civil unrest. Because like I said, this devil Trump, he's going to continue to keep pushing forward with these elites agenda, man. And the Lord is ultimately going to allow this man to do it. Because like I said, all of these things are forward in prophecy for fulfilling itself, you see. So these things will take place. So I'm actually go right here where I got, this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, right? We already know what that word woe mean, goes into destruction, you see? Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people, right, shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And we know that modern day sword is talking about none other than the gun, you see? And that's what a lot of these proud Babylonian Americans are going to be holding in their hands soon come in the very near future in the middle of these American streets, man, in these cities, you see, because it's going to be just complete chaos going on everywhere, man. You see, verse 16, for there should be sedition among men. When you go into that word sedition, it goes into the uprising of the government, you see, and that's what you're going to have a lot of these, former veterans and you see American citizens. That's what they're going to be doing, uprising against the government. Because like I said, in their mind, they believe that they're fighting for a right cause. You see, they're fighting for their amendments, their rights, the Constitution, all of this different madness. But hey, that's the spirit that they're going to be in, and they're going to go up against the government, man. You see, that's why I brought out that scripture earlier about a kingdom divided cannot stand, man, because this place America is divided on all sides. The politicians are divided against the president. I mean, everything in this country is just going in shambles, man. And that's because this place is getting ready to go down, man. The Lord is about to destroy this place, you see. But I'm going to finish reading. It said, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, right? Talking about the government, talking about the police officers, the military, all of these things, right? Because when all chaos begins to ensue in these streets of America, then guess what? People are not going to be listening to what the government is talking about, you see, or what the police is saying. Like I said, people are going to be out here with swords in their hands, man, causing mayhem, you see. So it says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because like I said, the plans of these elites, guess what? They're going to lock this place America down, man. You see, ordo ab chaos, that's what it is, man. Ultimately, they create the problem. They look at the reaction of the people and they come in with the solution, man. And the solution, when all hell begins to break loose, is going to be to lock this place America down, have, checkpoints and military exits all over this place. You won't be able to move around freely. You see, all of these things are getting ready to come to this place. Martial law. That's what's going to come to these streets of Babylon, man, real soon. And like I said, all of this is going according to prophecy, man, because we know ultimately they have to bring in the MOTBC hip, man. And that's what all of this stuff is really directing and going towards, because they want this place locked down. You see, they want complete control over this country, man. Right. And hey, that's what's coming very soon, man. You see, even though we know that these devils' new world order is going to fail, you see, it's not going to be prosperous as they ultimately think. But still, the Lord is going to allow this man on the left hand side to, bring in a lot of these things. Right. So I'm going to finish reading it. It said, verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So like I said, these are the times that we're coming to in America. And these people here in Babylon the Great are very proud, man. So like I said, that's why you're going to have a lot of these people ultimately in the coming weeks, days, or months, you see, ultimately taking matters into their own hands and acting violently, man. Because like I said, these people are proud. They're full of themselves. So, hey, eventually these people are just going to bug out, man. You see, but due to the pride is why these cities are going to be in shambles, man. Like I said, But yeah, brothers and sisters, these are the things that are coming, man. And like I said, we see all of these things beginning to brew up, you see, and it's only going to get worse and worse. So the Lord is just going to continue to put the match under this fire that's already started, man. And it's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger, man. You see, ultimately to chaos comes, you see, which is going to happen very soon. So, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Abaratazah, pray be edifying to you, brothers and sisters. Just some quick through the spirit. Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.